Hello and good evening friends. My name is Shantanu Vaidya. I am here with the new video topic. Today's date is 28th July 2022 and today's video topic name is naming conventions in Java. So let's start with this. First of all, we all are here to learn a coding programming language or coding language or programming language, nothing but Java. We all from beginning, this is very interesting fact or thing. We all go through this uh, from day one or from first day. We all taught about or teach about or talk about a programming language Java, because it is a very case sensitive language, or what we can say, we have to write this very clean or neat. uh, this is correlated to today's video talk. How? I'll explain it in this further video. So let's get started with the video topic. And what is the concept behind naming conventions in Java? The concept behind is that nothing but why they give that name, that is naming conventions, not a rule. They suggest to follow that rules. They define some particular rules, or they define some particular standards to follow, and to with the help of that standard we can get our code exactly, and we can get our what we can say expected output with the similar coding. So this is why they are only suggesting that. So this is why this is not a rule in our Java language. So this is the naming, what we can say, this is only the suggestion. So we can go through that, what they are suggesting actually. A programmer, what we can say, a simple coding language runner or programmer is used to say that, always say that you have to write a clear and neat code, because if some certain person or some other programmer want to learn from your code or want to read your code, yeah, that should be a named certain or name specified code, because there is also a syntax, long syntax, or what we can say messy syntax is there in Java, so that this is not easy to understand or this is not easy to read. So that we all suggest to give a particular name to some data or data types, or some, what we can say, packages, or some variables, or something like that. So it can be easy to understand, or it can be easier to get understand to someone else from rather than us. This is very easy. This will help us, or this will help in front of our friends or colleagues to understand what we are trying to execute, or what we are trying to implement in our code. So they will also help us. So this is main basic motto, why they are suggesting us, or why they are giving a standard in Java. So let's get into the technical terms. This is nothing but a coding, what we can say, a coder has to write a particular code with the syntax and a proper appropriate standardized naming conventions to the particular code. So let's start with the first one, that is package. In package, the all the first letter of the package is starting with small letter always. So that is why we can get a proper package name to our program. Second one, interfaces always start with uppercase letter or uppercase character. Third one, methods also start with uppercase character and uppercase letter from the beginning. Fourth one is class name should be start with capital, small letters, small characters. Second one is second last is variable. Variable, you should start first letter with a small case, what we can say small case character or alphabet or letter, and after that internally, if we giving some name internally, we have to start the name with first letter is alphabet, it means a uppercase letter, and last one nothing but last but least, last not but least is are constant. All the constant names, or what we can say letters should be smaller. All the names start with the constant should be small. So this is all the naming standards they give actually to what we can say understand our coding language very easily and very fastly to implement some errors, or to implement some uh, good coding programs, so that this is all they are actually saying to use, so we have to follow this. Let's get into that part, why only we have to standardize, or we have to follow the standardized statements they given. Let's assume that if we cannot start with that particular standardized method, first of all we have to what we can say deal with our coding language. It means we have to deal with syntax first. We have to deal with what is the actually the package contains, what is the name of variable, what the working of that variable. So this is all the what we can say are default things in our language, programming language. So this will get hampered to our code, or hampered to our reviewer of that particular code program. So it will get easier to that person. This is the main important reason. Second, to ensure if there is some certain softwares like programming tools to review the program or executable program, so that for them you can exactly get their proper input, so that they will check our proper output. If there is any syntax error, they can solve that only, not going on the naming part, or not going on the uh, what is the name behind that, and what where is the name, or why the name is only starting with upper letter or lower letter, like that scenario they can't go on there. So this will help us to reduce our time to get execute our code, or to reduce our coders next coder to implement the new version of that this code or something like that. Or third one is nothing but to ensure us softwares like what we can say debugger or debugging softwares to implement software skills to reduce their systematical errors or system errors, not only to argue with the next coder, or argue with the reviewer with the syntax type or syntax length or syntax errors. So all these important points is covered through the standardization of the particular naming systems. So this is why we have to use this naming conjugations of Java. And this is all from me for this topic. Thank you so much.